cheers, skål, kampai. Can't remember some of the other cheers sayings, but we love to do it with my granddaughter. We say cheers, and we teach the little ones how to say cheers to give people, one another, good wishes. And when we greet one another, this wasn't what I was going to talk about today, but I guess it popped into my head. We have different ways of greeting people and acknowledging them, and all of us just want to be acknowledged and know that we matter, that we make a difference. I love Brendan Burchard's Live, Love, Matter. We all want to live our lives, experience our lives as only we uniquely can. We want to love and be loved, and we want to make a difference. We want to matter. We want to know that our time on this planet was worth something, that it mattered, that there was a difference made because we actually existed. Today, I want to talk about getting to the point of making a decision, choosing something, and then getting excited about it and going after it. So often, I find myself, flim-flamming around from task to task and not actually choosing a direction that I want to go. And I guess I'm not alone in that. I think that it's a pretty common occurrence in this world nowadays. We are so overwhelmed with choices and information. There's never been a time where we've had more opportunity and more choices. At least that's how I feel about it. It seems like there's so many things vying for our attention. It makes it harder to choose, harder to settle in on something, because we have this huge fear of missing out. A couple years ago I heard the expression FOMO, F-O-M-O, the fear of missing out. And I never thought I had FOMO before I heard the expression, and then all of a sudden I found things that I felt I was missing out on. Even though I wasn't missing out on things, it felt like that. And a lot of that I attribute to online marketers and marketers, because that's the world I jumped into as I left the corporate world and I left the world of offline businesses to pursue something different, to go after something different, to explore and get excited about a different industry and a different avenue and different, things I wanted to learn about. But I found that it was very easy in this world to get attracted to different things that really didn't matter for what it was that I'm trying to achieve and what I really want to do online. Now, today's day 593 of me documenting my journey, and you might be asking yourself, well, what the heck, 593 days? How can you get on, publish and get on any platform, much less Facebook Live or podcasting, and talk for 593 days and still not have achieved your original goal and objective? Well, part of it is because I didn't have a goal and objective when I started. I just wanted a change. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to exit my own reality, and the internet was something I'd always been curious about. I'd always been attracted to, but I had never given myself permission to have the time and energy to pursue anything in it. So I decided, as I was transitioning out of the brick and mortar world and long since left corporate, that I wanted to look into it. I wanted to learn about it. I wanted to find more. And since I didn't have a specific goal or objective, I had a vague idea that I wanted to create the same amount of success online that I'd had in my offline businesses and my offline experiences. That was too vague. It was very vague. And what happened is, by not having a specific goal in mind, it meant that everything that piqued my interest, everything I was curious about, I followed that rabbit hole down, tens of, probably dozens and dozens of different directions and rabbit holes that I didn't need to go down. Now, did it help me? Did it benefit me? Did it round out my education? Was it fun and interesting? Absolutely. But did it move me toward my goal of duplicating the success I had offline in the online world? Not really, not in particular, no. So as much as I believe our life is about the journey, sometimes I'd like to give myself a little more focus on the destination. So I titled this, decide about something, make a choice, and then get excited about it. So for example, yesterday I booked a cruise. I've been wanting to go on a cruise. Last cruise I was on was in 2010. After my sudden cardiac arrest, I was in Jim Edwards' coaching program, and I had signed up to go on a cruise, had a sudden cardiac arrest on September 7th of 2010, and the cruise was in December, and I said, I am going on this cruise, and I went into cardiac rehab with vengeance, and I made it on that cruise and had a marvelous time. But since then, I have not been on a cruise, and I find cruises the most relaxing, most fun, most entertaining vacation possible, because you get on a ship, you unpack your stuff once, you go to different destinations, you go to beautiful places, the food's terrific, you don't have to cook, you don't have to worry about drinking and driving because you're walking to your stateroom on a boat. I find them really fun and really relaxing vacations. So I finally pulled the trigger and said, yes, I'm going. I've got some personal challenges that I was telling myself make it impossible to go, but I yesterday said, no, I'm still going. And so I booked myself a cruise, and now I'm getting excited about it because I haven't been on one for a long time, and I think it's long overdue. So what is something that you can make a decision about that you've been putting off, or, you know, just a come to Jesus moment with yourself that says, all right, I've been doing this for 593 days, and, you know, this part's working, this part isn't working. You know, I've gotten comfortable with publishing. I publish every day, again, over 593 days, but 593 days just on this segment. So I still suck at it. I'm okay with that because I know that I'll continue to get better, but I've got that down. I'm doing that. I'm comfortable doing that every day. But that's not enough. Just publishing every day for the sake of publishing isn't getting me to my goal or destination. And because my actual end goal hasn't been specific and clear, it's allowed me the flexibility, which is really excuses, false beliefs, you know, going down the wrong paths and directions. And it's allowed me to give myself permission to not go after a specific destination. So today, I am committing out loud here on my platform that I will write down, not just decide, but I will write down my specific goal for the next 12 months. And I might share it with you tomorrow. I haven't decided yet if I'm that brave, but I will write it down today, and I will start making specific steps toward that goal, and no more excuses about I can learn this, I can learn that, I can take this course, I can take that, because I found myself in the last month starting to go down some rabbit holes, starting to follow some trails that aren't moving me in the direction I want to go. So why am I following them? Because it's fun, it's distracting, it makes me feel like I'm making progress, even though, yeah, I'm making progress, because all learning, all personal growth, all development is progress. But is it progress for progress's sake, or is it progress because it's moving me in the direction I want to go? You know, to me, personal development is always moving me in the direction I want to go. But there's a whole lot of personal development you can do. There's a whole lot of learning you can do. There's a whole lot of stuff you can try that isn't going to succeed. And trial and error and the shotgun approach is the long way home. And so today I'm going to decide home. What is home? What is that end goal, that destination? And I will write it down. I've got my little notebooks. I might even write it down in my book that I use for tracking my publishing. And that would be a good way to keep track of it. So, what are you working on? Today is actually day 20, I call it day 23 of the One Funnel Away Challenge. And it's week 3, day 2. And we're working on funnels this week. So we're mapping out and actually designing and putting forth our funnels. This week is finally the easiest week for me. I thought it would be the first time through, but it wasn't. And so this week now I've done it, you know, 3-4 times beforehand with groups of people. So this will fly together for me, and I've done hundreds of funnels. So this will come together very clearly and very nice for me. I'm waiting on one graphic that I wanted to update and change, but otherwise I've got everything ready and in place for that. I've actually got some of it done ahead. I did my membership site already, which is usually the last day of this week, because I've done a lot of membership sites. I've done a lot of members areas for different things. So that one's, I think that's day 6 or day 7 of this week. I can't remember exactly, but when I get to it, I'll know, because I'll be like, oh, I already got that one done. And I'm just spiffing up and doing some things. But I am, again, I go through the challenge, I start from the basics, and then I build the thing that we're building. Even though it's new and different, I use components of things that I've already created to put together a new offer, to work on books and stories, and to just hone my craft and get better and better and better at things. It's that continuous improvement thing. It's a theme with me. So working on that, book the cruise, so I'm actually really getting excited about that. And I will start to figure out the components and the pieces and how I'm going to make that happen. Because 10 years ago, even after coming out of cardiac rehab, just finished, I actually wasn't done, but I was just finishing up cardiac rehab, I was in a better position from some instances. I've got some vision challenges now that I just have to figure out how I'm going to navigate those. And guess what? I'll figure it out. And I'll be excited to figure it out, to make it a fun experience and to make it happen. So what are you working on? Are you working on anything that I can help you out with? Anything corporate or quality related? Anything processes or systems related? Processes and systems and challenges are totally my thing. Go ahead, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Have an amazing day. Know that if you decide on something and then get excited about it, it's as much as done. It's as good as gold. It's as good as done. Once you make that decision, once you commit to yourself that you're going to make it happen, you will find a way to make it happen. At least that's what works out in my experience. Go out, have an amazing day. I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.